Right, Kiwi Lads channel, we are back for another match of the Hamilton Sevens. This one, a big matchup, New Zealand taking on Fiji in the women's side of the Sevens competition. Looking through at the New Zealand starting lineup, looking strong will be Stacey Fleuler, who was able to get herself a hat-trick in the last match for the Kiwis up against Papua New Guinea. Then Niall Guthrie, also formerly known as Niall Williams, Rizzy Lane, Michaela Blythe, Tyler Nathan Wong, Tanika Willison, and also Jasmine Felix Hotham. That is the lineup for the Kiwis. Fiji will be Tavea Buleki, Nabura Riwai, Naimasi Kavuru, and also Ripi Alunasau. A lot of talent in this Fijian lineup. Definitely Alunasau and Naimasi, two to watch out for when it does come to that matchup, which is only maybe about, I'd say, 1.5 minutes away. Currently, we've got Australia versus Canada. The Australians doing very nicely in that matchup. Of course, they are a part of a separate group in the draw, which does mean we could see an Australian versus maybe Fiji or Australia versus New Zealand further down the line. Currently, just 5 seconds left in that contest. Then we're straight into this one for the ladies. But Sira Hirani, she was in the starting lineup for the last match. They've decided to instead put her on the bench. Portia Woodman, Whitcliffe also going to be off the bench for New Zealand. Some dangerous players for Fiji as well. Nagasau, one that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing in action. But currently, the Sevens, we haven't really seen too many huge upsets in the women's side of things. We did see Tonga beat Great Britain in the men's side of the draw, which is absolutely phenomenal. But the Tongas, I think, New Zealand favourites to win this. Says Coding, they should win, but Fiji are always a tough ask for any side, which is why Samoa versus Fiji later on today is going to be an absolutely epic matchup as well, because it's going to be very tough to tell who is going to get themselves that victory. But now they are just interviewing Madison Levi, who looks very happy at the moment with the performance that we've seen from the Australian women's side. New Zealand, they'll be looking to back up that last big performance up against Papua New Guinea with another win. Fiji, they got a little bit unlucky in their last game. It was a tough matchup up against who did Fiji play in the last game? Great Britain, I believe it was. They ended up playing. It was a tough seesaw battle in the end for Fijiana. What we're quickly going to do is we're going to go like this. And like one more. We'll go like this as well. And that should be all sorted. There we go. I was just making sure that we were live, which we are, in terms of live on Sky Sport rather than live for myself. But currently Australia leading their group, undefeated at this point. France, they are sitting in second. They actually had themselves a draw with the Canadians, which did make it relatively intriguing as well. You'd have to say that is somewhat an upset. Now we're back to Pool A. New Zealand taking on the Fijians. Currently, New Zealand sit at the top of the bunch with a points differential of plus 58. In the end, Fiji, they were able to get themselves the win. I don't know why I got that confused, but they did win their game up against Great Britain by the 5 points. So they will now be looking to add their second win of Pool A. New Zealand, the defending champs, as they've said, the last time New Zealand, the men's side of things, made it quite far in this competition in New Zealand was about 2019, 2020. The women, in the last matchup, they were able to get themselves a very nice win in Cape Town up against the Australians. In the pouring rain, I should mention. Fiji, they've got their 2 co-captains, Ripi Alunisau and Levena Kavuru. Both have a lot of responsibility in this lineup. New Zealand, they don't have their captain on the field. I believe their captain would be Sira Hirani. But at the moment, New Zealand, they look fired up. Finlay Brown in charge of this one, the Scotsman. And where is this happening? It is in Hamilton. So I guess the best way of describing it is Waikato, if you know whereabouts that is. And if you don't know where that is, what's the best way of describing it? The Chiefs' home ground, if you know the Chiefs from Super Rugby. If you don't know them, then I'm trying to think of what cricket team here in New Zealand's from the Waikato region, but I think they travel a bit for their games. North Island, anyway. Tyler's mum says, John, I did see that she is in attendance watching on for this game, but Tyler Nathan Wong about to kick off this one for the Kiwis. get us underway for New Zealand versus Fiji. Always an exciting contest. It's going to be knocked back onto the side of New Zealand. Good pressure put on by Fiji, unable to retain or to get that kickoff, but now running up the middle. Felix Hotham looks to go through, but is dragged down nicely. Now another step. Pori Lane looks for the offload, doesn't get it. The hands of, it should be Niall Guthrie. Yes, it is. And number 4, New Zealand take the quick tap. Pori Lane passes it off now. Nice hands from Willison. Again, Fiji defending well. And that is something they're going to have to do throughout this whole matchup because it's New Zealand. If New Zealand get themselves momentum, it's very hard to stop them. And now, nice step on the inside. Almost going over the line. Michaela Blythe looked like Fiji, though. They got the clean turnover in the breakdown. And now should be back to their ball. Yes, it is. Felix Hotham has to give it a massive clean out on Michaela Blythe. She went absolutely flying. Fiji take the quick tap. Giving it continual. Hamilton is in the North Island. Right, it is indeed. Yep. I guess you call it about, would you say halfway up the North Island or just a little bit under halfway up? Another penalty goes the way of Fiji. New Zealand have won 12 of 13 total games this season. The only loss against Australia in the final of Dubai. But now they've ripped that ball away from the Fijiana again. Stepping back, Tyler Nathan Wong trying to find a gap. Just slings it wide. Quick hands from New Zealand. Almost cost them. Stacey Flula does beautifully, though, to keep that ball in the field of play. Consider the offload. Takes it to ground instead. Nathan Wong going back across to Willison. Now, great step from Pori Lane, and that will be the first try of the match for the Kiwis now. Right between the posts. Very nicely done indeed. Gets that ball down. And Lane's opened up. Says John, and also we've got there. Let's go New Zealand from David. Yeah, and I guess the big question, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys watching, what game are you looking forward to the most that is coming up in the future? We have still got South Africa versus Argentina. Should be a good contest. We've got Samoa versus Fiji. Should also be a very good contest. New Zealand play Great Britain later on in the men's and the women's. Australia play a recently victorious Tonga in one of their games. And, of course, after a draw in the other pool with USA, Ireland, etc., it's going to be interesting to see who finishes at the top there. I think everyone's going to say Fiji versus Samoa, though, aren't they? And back in Fiji is my bet back in New Zealand because I'm a Kiwi, says Spacebar there. So you want Fiji to win, don't you, for your bet? But you'd also be happy if New Zealand won against Fiji, I guess. I've heard of people doing that, backing the side that they don't want to win for the sake of if their team loses, they win money. And if their team wins, then it's like, yay, my team won, I'm happy. But I also lost money in the process, but at least they won, type thing. And now it's going to be in the hands of Riwai. Ball put down by Fiji. Unfortunately, really their first attacking chance outside of their 22. And it was a handling error that caused it to fizzle out. And also, hey, boys, how's it? Says David the Mod. Next live stream that we have got on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, will be at 3:45. That is South Africa versus Australia. So that should be a good old matchup between those two sides. I should also mention at about 3:30, we are going to have a video going up on the channel of our prediction and our preview for Samoa versus Fiji. So another game that is coming up in Memphis versus Los Angeles, but New Zealand versus Fiji men's final and Australia versus New Zealand women's. Now out wide, Michaela Blythe. She's got pace. Oh, did she just throw that ball down? They're going to check this one because she might have dropped that ball. Okay, the Scottish referee wants to check the grounding. Who's getting the sevens if New Zealand are not getting it next year? Says Xavier. I want to say that, or what I hope happens is it goes between the different Pacific islands. So like Samoa will get it one year, Fiji get it another, but I don't know if that's actually what they're doing. I'm not too sure who's getting the last leg. I hope it's not another European side though, because I mean, at the end of the day, you want to keep on promoting it in the island. So yeah, I'd love if Fiji or Samoa got it, just because at the moment, I mean, Fiji coming off a win in Cape Town, big kick from Tyler Nathan Wong, not big enough though, only goes halfway. The goalposts. It was a great pass out wide. The hands of Michaela Blythe. That rhymes. I'm a rapper. It must be a time. Not really. 2 minutes left on the clock. New Zealand 12-0 up. Didn't quite rhyme. And are Moana getting any games in the islands for Super Rugby? And Fiji has to host the tournament, says Xavier. Yeah, I'd love to see like a Suva Sevens or something along those lines. I think Moana Pacifica are getting a couple games. I hope. Anyway, I want to say there's one in Samoa. I could be wrong with that. I'd like to think that they do get at least one game at home. I might have to check the schedule, although my phone is on 1%, so it may end up dying while I check it. We'll see what we can find out. But now it's going to be a scrum feed for the Kiwis. Just little mistakes from Fiji at the moment, costing them a lot of territory. They're on the field. On the field. When's the final? The final is tomorrow night at 7, I believe it is for the women, 7:30 for the men's, or somewhere around there. How much have you gone to Fiji or Samoa? I've never been to either. I'd love to go. My family went to Fiji. I did miss out on that trip though, but it was very nice by the sounds of it. I'm currently on the halfway line. Almost through Pauri Lane. Little knock on there. Niall Guthrie, I should say. And also Fiji women, no pushovers though. They can hold their own exactly right. If they can score the try right at the end of this first half, they've got a huge opportunity of being able to fire back in the second. And Michaela can throw me to the ground anytime, says Davin Lamont. Don't know about that. She looks pretty tough, mate. Like, she'd probably give you a concussion and then you'd forget the whole thing. But yeah, she's solid. In terms of, she looks short, but she's got that oomph, she looks like she's a farm girl. And I think she is, because I think her brother Liam Blyde, and there's another Blyde, who's also her brother. They're big farm boys too. Ball about to go in for the Fijians. 15 seconds left of the first half. They consider going wide, but New Zealand's defence once again very good at cutting them off. But now a Ripi, a Lunisau. She's going to try and break through. Michaela Blyde going to get to her though. Has been able to drag her down nicely. Wins the penalty turnover for New Zealand as well. Brilliantly done by the lady we were just talking about, Michaela Blyde, getting onto the foot race early. Cuts it off beautifully. Lunisau, though, breaking through. Fiji, they've deserved to try in this one with the way that they've been going. But New Zealand, they take the quick tap and they kick it into touch. And that will be the end of the half. And also, Michaela Blyde, legend, says John. So Super Rugby-wise, I've almost loaded up. It's taken a little while to load up on my phone. I'm just having a look at Moana Pacifica. They have a home game up against the Fijian Drua. If that game, it's in Auckland. Why would you have a Pacific Island derby in Auckland? Nothing against Auckland. It's just it would have been nice to see it actually like in Samoa. I'm just having a look at a couple of their other fixtures. Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland. Okay, so it seems like Auckland's got a majority of their games. My phone just died, so I can't tell you anymore. Currently halftime in this game, 12-0 for the Kiwis. And also, she's a pocket rocket. She is a pocket rocket. She goes very fast. And it's important that New Zealand keep that momentum flowing in the second half, because we saw that little bit of a glimmer of what Fiji can do when they've got the ball in hand. And also, we have got there where you guys play it as a private ground owned by someone or a public ground. It is so beautiful, says Coding. I assume that's the cricket, isn't it, Coding? But it's just a local, well, it's slightly local. It's up a little bit further up the road, but yeah, just a local ground. I think it's part of a public park. Just a nice artificial wicket. There and go new, says Nichols, with a new logo and a new name in there as well for Reed. Hope you are doing well, mate. Second half, Seta Hirini will be making her way out onto the field for New Zealand. Nagasau for the Fijians. I think she is going to be one of the keys. But Fiji need to score the first try of this half, or else they're in a bit of trouble, I will mention. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I mentioned, in 2 minutes' time, we've got a video going up on the channel. And that will be our Fiji versus Samoa Sevens preview, which is a little bit of an interesting one. And of course, be sure to keep an eye out for all of the previews, reviews of the Sevens that we are going to be doing throughout the days. It's going to be now New Zealand back underway. Hasn't gone the 10 meters that they would have been after, which is a little bit of a shame there. And we'll go like this. We'll go this. There we go. Right, New Zealand. They've been told to take the quick tap. It's willing to take a little bit more time to breathe here, the Kiwis. No real rush in the way that they're playing, but Tyler Nathan Wong going back across. It's going to be a loose ball. Picked up nicely by Felix Hotham. It's quite a few of the Kiwis. In fact, I'm looking through their side now. They've got about 5 names that are hyphenated, which is quite impressive. Now, Stacey Flula goes back across. Big run up the middle from Willison. Big clean out on Kavuru, who was trying to get in the breakdown and get the turnover. I was watching Aussie comedian Jim Jeffries doing games. God, he's hilarious. Stairs, David the Mod, Michaela Bly, ball on the inside. Well cleaned up by Pauli Lane. Now well cleaned up by Tyler Nathan Wong. Now well cleaned up by Felix Hotham. Everyone's just dropping the ball at the moment, but every time they take it nicely. Jim Jeffries sounds familiar. I'm going to have to look him up, David, to see what he looks like. Well, this sounds like it's going to be time off. Jim Jeffries. Yes, that guy. I know that guy. All right, it's going to be a yellow card against the Fijians. The last thing they wanted at this point in the match. Still 5.5 minutes left. They're going to be fatigued. They've got a big match coming up later on tonight where they will play up against Papua New Guinea. We'll be covering that one on the channel as well. Now, Niall Guthrie. Oh, she's just said it's her last season with the New Zealand Sevens, which does mean there'll be a younger player coming in later on. We'll get to see exactly who the next up-and-coming star for New Zealand could be. But Tyler Nathan Wong now passes across to Georgia Miller. One more on the outside. Stacey Flula yet to score in this game, but she has got another assist. And it will be none other than it was Felix Hotham who was able to score that try. New Zealand currently slowly and methodically working them down. Good afternoon, Sir. How are the Fiji and New Zealand? Good place, says Frank. Overall, I do like where they are sitting. I believe they should both go through to the quarterfinals at this stage because Fiji, they were able to get themselves the win over Great Britain. They will need a win over Papua New Guinea later on tonight, and they should be able to do so. And unless, or maybe you're talking about as in like location-wise, and it's very nice here in New Zealand. Currently sunny weather in Hamilton for this matchup. Misconversion makes the score 17-0 now for New Zealand, and also Carl Barron, funny Aussie comedian as well, clean humour as well. And I heard it hot as in Hamilton at the moment. Yeah, it looks like it's about 20, 25, or 25 was the high. So maybe about 24, somewhere around there. Now it's going to be kicked off by Tyler Nathan Wong as well. And who is Andrew Cocking in that cricket video? So Andrew Cocking wasn't playing, but he is a local cricketer, I believe, which is why she got the names mixed up. But Andrew Sterling was our batsman who had the bucket hat, who I did give out LBW, even though he got an inside edge. But we talked it out overall. I think I've been sacked from umpiring. Nah, I probably would be allowed to umpire again. I don't know if I want to umpire again, though. I feel like it's a lot of pressure, and I don't handle pressure well. Only 23 seconds left of the yellow card for the Fijians. 4 minutes on the clock. New Zealand currently 17-0 up. They're ticking over quite nicely, trying to get that points differential just a little bit higher. Portia Woodman, big smile on her face at the moment. She hasn't played yet in the Sevens. And also we've got there Jim Jeffries, no holds barred. Ball fed in, Fiji with the feed. Get the ball in. That's the comment from the referee. So he is not messing around. He wants the play to keep on continuing. He loves fast-paced game. It's a knock-on from Fiji again, unfortunately. And this is something that we have seen in the past for Fijiana. When they look like they're going to have a bad game in terms of handling, they continue that throughout the whole match. And this is another example of that. They just haven't quite been able to get that really going for themselves, unfortunately. Right, we will go like this and like this. The video has just gone up on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. The 3:30 preview of the match between Samoa and Fiji. Anyone who does want to check that out after the video, be sure to. And also, when you do check it out, put your score prediction in the chat or the comments because I want to see if anyone can get it bang on. So be sure to get those comments in. Now, Stacey Flula Nice step. Flicked out the back. Here comes Michaela Blight again. She carves up the middle. She lies down on one of the Fijiana women's players. And Portia Guthrie, or Guthrie, she newlywed. I know I've butchered the spelling, says it was John. So yeah, Portia Woodman Whitcliffe is her hyphenated name. And then it is Niall Guthrie as the other side. So that's normally Niall Williams, or used to be, before she got married. I think everyone got married at about the same time. They were like, right, we got the off season, might as well go for it. It's wedding week after week for this woman's side. Caleb Lyde, though, got the nice pass. New Zealand able to find Stacey Flula out wide. Scored the 4th try of the match for the Kiwis. So just, she almost dropped it. Like they've said. Okay, they've also said that she is, in this game, playing as Stacey Waka Flula. So there's a lot of hyphens. It's hard to keep up with the hyphens. But I guess congratulations to all of them, of course. Although Stacey Flula, they did say that she just went with her maiden name here for her dad. And yeah, Hamish, and that's the difference. The ability to turn the run of play back in your favourite, said David the Mod. I'll look him up, David. Jim J. I think Hamish, yep, that's right. Says John. Now Fiji going around the side of the breakdown. Now, normally I wouldn't be saying it would be great to see Fiji score once, because normally they score multiple times. But this is one of those cases that I would absolutely love to see Fiji score at least one try, although they've only got 90 seconds and they've just given away the penalty. Samoa versus Fiji, going to be a hard game. It is. It's going to be an awesome one to watch. And also we have got there why you not live stream preview videos. You will get more viewers as opposed to standalone videos, says Coding. I mean, it's only a 6-minute video. I assume you're talking the cricket ones as well. So like 6-minute video wise, if it was a 30-minute video, I'd say, yeah, it could be an option. But since it's only a very short video, I don't see much point in previewing it. You know, like it may help the video to a certain extent, but also to only have like a 6-minute live chat seems too short type thing. Portia Woodman out on the field now, Woodman Whitcliffe. It's a lot to remember for our women's side at the moment. I've got to try and keep all of these names in mind. 30 seconds left though. 22 points on the board for the Kiwis. Scoreboard is yet to update it. There we go. Loose ball again. Nicely taken by Poultry Lane. Back across to the left-hand side. New Zealand continue to try and attack. Nice spin from Sheree Kaka. He's done well to be able to hang on to that ball. Great step from Georgia Miller. She doesn't seem like she's winning that foot race. She's being dragged down, finds the offload up. Tusara Hirani tries to step, gets back up, goes again, and smashed over the try line. She all right? Yeah, she looks all right. She's just a little bit sore after diving over the try line. But that will be the last try of the match. A very good performance from New Zealand. Done beer reviews. As said, Kiwi lads, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. New Zealand, successful game here up against the Fijians, and now they need to keep on using that momentum and go on to their game up against Great Britain instead of hitting Captain Fantastic, says John. There as well. Now they did have a game between Great Britain. They've actually said no try. Sorry, that one's going to be called back for a forward pass. Wait, no, it's not. Okay, the commentator's lying to me because it was a try. It was unsuccessfully converted, and the end score is 27 points to 0 in favour of the Black Fern 7. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Our next live stream is in 10 minutes' time. That will be the matchup between South Africa and Argentina. So thank you all very much for being here. If you do want to check out our preview for Samoa versus Fiji, be sure to check out that link that I have just put in the chat. And yeah, do let me know your score predictions down in the comments. Let me know your key players as well. It is about a 6-minute video, and we've got 10 minutes till the next match. So it works out very well indeed. Nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Be sure to check out that video, and I will see you all in 10 minutes' time.